Are you ready to double your revenue and take your business from 10K to 20K quickly? Well, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact steps that I use to help my clients make that leap without overcomplicating their systems or burning out. Now, if you're ready to unlock the strategies to scale your coaching business, then let's dive right in. But what up, by the way, just as a little intro to me, I'm Andrew, a business coach for online health and fitness professionals. I specialize in helping coaches like you build something sustainable. This is scalable businesses that stand out from the other crowd of coaches. And I do this through a 100K gateway framework that I've helped my clients attract high value clients, create unique offers, and skyrocket their income. Now, let's talk about how you can double your revenue quickly. Now, I'll say something as a heads up. This isn't about doubling down or hustling more to see what sticks. It's really about implementing smart, scalable strategies that are actually going to work for you. And I'm going to be sharing 6 actionable steps from creating client converting content to adjusting your systems for success. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear plan to start scaling your income today. So let's start with the first step. That's going to be step number 1. I want you to create 3 pieces of Ascension-based content every week for the first 4 weeks. And here's why this strategy works and how you can implement it in your business. So when it comes to creating Ascension-based content, one of the biggest things that helps build an audience and helps get people ready for your offers is something that's called Ascension content. This is effectively showing people what it's like in your transformation process, what it's like in your programs or your containers that I call them, and what it's like to work with you as a coach. Where you'll start to find you have a hard time attracting high-level clients is when you really focus on creating content that is very inspirational, or it starts to focus too much on the tools. You start talking about the meal plans, the guides, everything they're going to get inside their program, when in reality, what high-level clients really care about is, in fact, the transformation. They want to know what the transformation looks like. They want to feel comfortable that the transformation process is actually going to work for them, and then they need a picture painted in their mind as to how they are going to operate inside of this journey with you as a coach. And so this is why we want to create these pieces of Ascension, because in order for us to scale from 10K months to 20K months, we need to have consistent marketing, but we need to make sure that we're speaking to the right people. So in doing this for 4 weeks, effectively, you're going to have 12 pieces of content as a minimum that's going to showcase how you operate as a coach, what your values are as a coach, what the transformation process looks like, and what it's like to work with you in the container. That way, when you do then present an offer or promote something, they are inclined to join that because they're like, wow, I can really see myself working with this coach, and that's going to allow them to then start to take some initiative. Now, once you start putting out this content, this is where we go into number 2. You've got to make your flagship offer stand out. It's one of the key things that I help with a lot of our coaches inside of our Coach to Coach program. They have an offer, but it's not really specific. It doesn't really focus on like, hey, I serve this one client with one specific thing and I do it really well. The offer tends to kind of help in a general sense, or it tends to be an offer that speaks to everybody, because most coaches think if I create an offer that speaks to everyone, then I'm going to attract everyone. But in reality, you want your flagship offer, that's your main offer, to stand out. We want it to be unique. We want it to be something that they have never seen before, and it's something that is so specific, it compels their interest because it's something new, it's something they haven't tried, and it's in alignment with who you are as a coach. So as an example, when I was a health coach before I transitioned into business coaching, I had my hormone reboot program. And just the name itself should really specify exactly what the program is about, but it helped with 3 things. It helped stabilize someone's hormones naturally with food, it helped remove digestive issues, and it helped do things like stabilize menopause and the hot and cold flashes. That was the main purpose of the program, and I marketed it as such. So when I presented the offer, hey ladies, this is the hormone reboot program for you, they were like, holy cow, I want to balance my hormones, but I don't want to take medication because medication was the go-to. I want to do it naturally with food, and I'm excited to work on my digestive issues and control my hot flashes. So this is how you make an offer stand out. You have to be super clear with how it's helping. You have to be very clear with inside the transformation journey of the client. Where is this offer going to help? And you position it in that specific spot. Doing that means that your content, when you promote the offer, people are actually going to be ready to take it because it's exciting and it's new. But here's the thing though, a flagship offer is not enough. You actually have to have something to in fact sell this offer. So this is where we work on our coaches with number 3. This is creating a value draw. A value draw is a live training, a masterclass, a seminar, something you can give a value up front inside your social media to get these people to take action. Because if they've never seen you before, if they've never worked with you as a coach, you might seem super reliable on socials, but they still don't know what it's like to be in your world. So this is something you can put on your Instagram under the link tree. This is something you can put on your TikTok underneath your description to share with people, to invite them to take action. Like, hey, if you're interested in this program, why don't you click the link above in my link tree where you can watch a training, where you can join a free seminar, where you can get a $7 or $27 masterclass to start working on one of the specific issues that my program helps with. And this is going to allow them to build a high level of trust because they're going to invest name, email, phone number, maybe a small amount, and they're going to get a ton of value on it, which is going to build trust quickly. Trust is the number one thing that is going to sell your program. It's not visibility, despite what most coaches say, and it's not going to be a large following. People do not build trust just because it says 100K followers. They build trust when you give them value. So we create a value draw. Very simple. For a flagship program, the way we do this is we take one of the main pieces that you have in your program and we create a training on it. So as example, with my hormone reboot program, balancing hormones naturally with food, I created a value draw, which was the House of Hormones masterclass, showing you how to do the hormones naturally with food. That was the big thing, and I gave them the how. I stacked it with so much value that when someone was there, they were like, holy cow, there was a lot here, and this was incredibly beneficial for me. And when you do that, this leads to something very important. This is number 4. It's a value stacked funnel. When we have a value draw that is going to be the thing that they register and sign up for, we have to make sure that between the time that they're going from I've registered to I've attended to I've possibly joined a program, the entire process needs to be stacked with value. So this is where we work with our coaches to build a value stacked funnel. This is in between the training registry. How many emails and follow-ups do they get? Once they've attended the training, what's the sequence they get put in? Do they get additional trainings as bonuses that maybe they've never signed up for? And then that way, when they see from the training to the entire process, they see 2 things. They see you being consistent as a coach, you giving them all of the information, which builds a really high level of trust, and then you actually participating as a coach in their life because they are actively learning from you. This is the way a value stack funnel works. Russell Brunson uses it. Alex Hormozi uses it. You will always see a free offer from their socials or a low-cost offer that leads to a training that nurtures you along the way. You attend the training, and then at that point, you're saying to yourself, hey, you know what? They're either right for me or they're not right for me. And this is where they're going to take you up on the offer. At the end of a value stacked funnel and at the end of the value draw, you're going to present your offer. And if you've done and built the value right, this is where you're either going to register them for a consultation, you'll invite them to DM you to sign up for the program, which leads to one of the most important fall-off points for most coaches. It's number 5, it's a prescriptive sales method. We teach a prescriptive sales method where instead of you trying to push and convince someone to join your program, you just get to show up as a coach. You're asking questions to really deep dive into the challenge, to really qualify or disqualify them to make sure they're the right fit. And then at the very end, then you just get to recommend which program is best for them. And here's the best part. If you build value right, and you have a really solid value stacked funnel system like we do with our coaches, at the end, you don't even have to recommend that program that was attached to that. You can say, hey, based off of where you're saying or the issues you're having, I actually think this program is better for you. And they will trust you because you're the professional and you're making them the recommendations. So by teaching our clients the prescriptive sales method, they end up closing more clients through the value stacked funnel system. So this entire process from 1 to 5 is we create Ascension-based content, really get our highest level clients to reach out to us and work with us. And then the second thing is we make that flagship offer stand out, where the person is like, wow, this is an offer that I really want to be a part of. We invite them with a value draw to learn from us a little bit and be in our coaching world. We have a value stacked funnel system that's so powerful, we build trust very quickly, getting them to sign and convert easier. And then we have the prescriptive sales method where as people come in, instead of forcing or convincing someone to try and join your program, you're really just making a recommendation like a doctor to a patient, and then they just go with it. Only then do we do the final thing, number 6, we adjust the systems. We look with all of our coaches, because it is important that you use metrics to make these decisions. We look at application rates. So between your content to the value draw, you'll have an application. So we look at application rates. We look at no-show rates to the actual seminar. Then from the seminar, we look at booking rates for consultations if they do consultations in their process. And then we look at no-show rates and sign-up rates. This is how we adjust systems. So as an example, if a client comes to me and they're like, Andrew, I had 40 people attend my value draw, but I only got 2 sales, then I say to myself, what happened in between they got a ton of value to the offer? Did they not show up for the appointment that they set? Could there be more reminders? Was the value draw actually not appropriate? In which case they all attended the value draw and maybe they didn't get the value that they were looking for. And so this is how you make adjustments. You make adjustments based off of what you're seeing. If I'm getting leads up front, but they're not converting, I need more value or I need more trust. If I'm getting them to the consultation, but then they're not actually taking up on the offer, we need to work on the prescriptive way of making the recommendation. If I'm not getting people to the value draw at all, or I'm not getting anyone to sign up for my funnel, then it's a content issue. And I spend more time creating content to make sure that I'm speaking to the highest level person. So those are all of them. To recap, there's the 6 steps that's going to take your revenue from 10K to 20K quickly. And I'll say them quickly again too. So number 1, create 3 pieces of Ascension-based content for 4 weeks in a row. Number 2, make your flagship offer stand out. And you do that by clarifying specifically who it's for and the results that it's going to get. You create 1 value draw based on 1 specific thing in the program, and then you're going to build a value stacked funnel system around it that's going to guide your audience effortlessly there. And then you're going to implement prescriptive sales to close those high value clients. Finally, you just adjust the system. Whichever one is not driving the result, whichever one is the bottleneck, that's what you double down. So by focusing on these strategies, you're not just going to grow your income, you're actually going to build a business that's sustainable, scalable, and the best thing, it's uniquely yours. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys listening or tuning in. Which of these strategies do you think will make the biggest difference in your business right now? Which one do you think is going to change or make a large impact for you? I'd love for you to drop your thoughts in the comments below because I read and I reply to every single one. And if you have found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. I think it's like somewhere up here, so that way you never miss a video designed to help you grow your brand and income as an online coach. And I'm going to leave you guys with this: the leap from 10K to 20K, it's not just about working harder. I wish it was, but it's not. It's actually about working smarter and stepping into your potential as a confident, unstoppable business owner. So you've got this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.